Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you had a really good weekend filled with successful Pokemon card hunting and fun activities and just doing whatever it is that you did. I hope it was enjoyable for you. I have a really fun video, really exciting video that I want to jump into pretty quickly here. But before I do want to draw everybody's attention, remind everybody, if you're new to the channel or maybe if you haven't been paying too much attention, go back to last week Friday's video. We are in the middle, week number 6 of our 8 weeks of celebrations giveaways. We are giving away a Dragapult pin collection and a Pikachu V Union box. All you have to do to enter is go back to the video that I posted on Friday, leave a comment and a like. I believe that video is when I opened up a case of Fusion Strike build and battle boxes, so make sure you leave a like and leave a comment on that video, and make sure you are subscribed to that channel, so subscribe to this channel, so make sure to scroll down and hit that subscribe button. That's all you have to do to be entered to win. We'll draw the winner in this upcoming Friday's video. With that being said, don't do that until after this video is over, because I have a very fun video, very exciting video to talk to you guys about. I started this channel about a year ago, and this, I guess, is all like some backstory about why I'm recording this video and what this video all entails. But this is something you already saw by the title, but this is the dark side of working with Pokemon distributors. And I've talked a lot on this channel about opening up your own Pokemon card business, and I started making content about a year ago because this is something that really intrigued me and something that really interested me. I love running a Pokemon card business. I love Pokemon, I love economics, I love business, so throwing them all together, I fell in love with Pokemon from a competitive standpoint, but since I wasn't able to travel around and play competitively as much as I would have liked, this was kind of the next best option for me. And the idea that I could kind of do this part-time on the side and try and make something of it was something that attracted me to doing this. And I thought maybe there's other people that kind of have the same idea, same goal, same dream. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, is kind of helping people avoid the mistakes that I made, so that way they could get to their goals faster, whether their goals are, you know, try and make an extra few $100s a month to pay for a car payment or whatever the case may be. Try and help them reach those goals faster by not failing in the ways that I failed. So that's why I've talked so many times about opening up your own business and avoiding different things that I've done in the past that have kind of affected your margins. I have talked a lot about working with a distributor, partnering up with distributors, finding product at wholesale, and selling it at retail. And as I've recorded videos about that, I've had a lot of conversations with store owners. I've had a lot of conversations with other people out there who are aspiring store owners or aspiring LGSs about what struggles they're having and what struggles are going on in the market right now that people may want to avoid. And I've always talked about Pokemon in a very positive light. I think Pokemon is a wonderful hobby. I think it's a wonderful card game, and I enjoy thoroughly everything that I do from a business side of things. However, not everything is, you know, rainbows and magic. You know, there are things that are very difficult for an LGS to do, to go through on a daily basis. Things that are on kind of the back burner, or not back burner, but the back side, the dark side, things that you don't necessarily see because it's behind closed doors. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this was to give everybody a better understanding, and I'm going to share a lot of information in this video and a lot of prices and a lot of numbers that a lot of people probably won't think that a normal person who works with a distributor is going to share. We're going to talk about wholesale numbers, we're going to talk about increased wholesale numbers, we're going to talk about allocations, we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff, just to kind of give you an understanding of a lot of frustrations that your LGS might be going through, and why it's important for everybody to get a better understanding of what's going on in the market. Because while things might be getting better right now, I have a lot of fears for a lot of LGSs that may have started up over the past year, because it's very difficult right now, and it has been for several months, not just for a collector, but also for an LGS. So I'm going to jump right into a bunch of different spreadsheets here, or a bunch of different tabs. Actually, there's only 5 tabs, I guess. But I want to go over, first of all, a little bit of a history, a rewind of time. This is an in-stock list that I got from my distributor last November. So this is almost a year ago now, a little over a year, about a year and a week old. This is from 11/3/2020, and I remember reaching out to my sales rep and saying, hey, I'm struggling right now. I don't have a whole lot of product. Can you send me an in-stock list? Their website at the time didn't have a whole lot of items on there. Can you tell me what you have in stock? And he said, sure, here you go. He sent this over to me, and I put together a list. All the highlighted stuff is stuff that I ordered. And if you rewind, go back to a video that I posted about a year ago, you will see me talking about ordering all this stuff. You will see me doing a little vlog kind of showing off all the stuff that came in. So this was all the things that I had ordered about a year ago. But if you look at this, this was all things that were available at the warehouse at that time for me to order. And that's why this is a very, very important thing, because none of this stuff is available anymore. So when you go to your LGS and they're low on product, that's because Pokemon has become so popular in a demand aspect, and the supply has been so minuscule that there is absolutely nothing to order. When people talk about getting allocations for a new set, you get allocated items for a new set, and then that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. You can't go back and be like, hey, distributor, I want to order another 50 cases of Fusion Strike because I sold out my first 50. They're gone. What you saw over the weekend is what you're going to get until Wave 2 comes out. So all these items that were still available were items that came out years ago that were still kind of just sitting at the warehouse. And this was kind of the norm a year ago, and for a long time before that, where you could kind of sell product as it would sell. You would order more product and then put it on the shelves. LGS's storefronts didn't worry about carrying 60, 70 cases of a new set because they could order 2 or 3 cases at a time and didn't have to put up those astronomical costs up front. When you're opening up your own business and working with a distributor right now, you have to have a lot more capital than what you did a long time ago when you first started your business. You didn't have to worry about carrying, $40,000, $50,000 in your account that you would need to use to pay for an invoice for a new set, because you could order 3 or 4 cases of it that would last you a few weeks, and then when you ran out, you would order another 3 or 4 cases of it, and it would kind of help mitigate those expenses because you wouldn't have to worry about that high capital cost right away. And if you look at some of these items like Primal Clash Blister Box, Roaring Skies Blister Box, I mean, these were cards that came out in 2016, 2017, so they're 3-4 years old at the time, and you can see I ordered 36 24 packs of Roaring Skies, 36 24 packs of Primal Clash, and a lot of people are probably like, oh, I wish that was the case now. Yeah, me too. I mean, this was a year ago that we were able to order all this stuff, and now none of it is available anymore. Bulk box of Breakpoint packs, Steam Siege 3-pack blisters. There's a blister box of Sun and Moon base we ordered a bunch of, Guardians Rising stuff, a bunch of Burning Shadows. Look at this, Burning Shadows pre-release kits right here. We were able to order 6 cases of those. Celestial Storm pre-release kits. They only had 1 in stock. They had Hidden Fates tins at the time that I was able to order. Team Up Check Lane blisters. Look, we were able to order 5 of those. Team Up Check Lane blister inner boxes. We were able to order 36 of those. A bunch of different items. Unified Minds pre-release kits. Sword and Shield 3-pack blisters. Sword and Shield booster boxes. Rebel Clash booster boxes, Rebel Clash Elite Trainer boxes, Champions Path Stow-Inside and Sirchester gyms, and then at the bottom here, Darkness Ablaze bonus packs, those two count bonus packs. None of this is available anymore. So when you were talking to your LGS and you go in and you see some pricing that's probably higher than MSRP, and you're like, why are they putting it at this point? When they sell that item, it's gone until Wave 2, or it's gone until Wave 3. And in a lot of cases, like let's say Chilling Reign, which just had its second wave, we don't know for sure if there's going to be a third wave. If they sell out of all their Chilling Reign booster boxes, they don't know if they're ever going to have any more in stock. Or their sleeve booster packs of Chilling Reign, they don't know if they're going to get more in stock. As soon as they sell those last items, they have no idea if they're going to get any more in stock. So it's tough for them to kind of gauge how much is this product worth, and a lot of times that's why they go towards market pricing. And I understand the ideology behind not paying market price and sticking more to MSRP when it comes to in-print items, but now that Chilling Reign has run its course, until we get announcements, and I always will keep you guys posted on announcements, but until Chilling Reign, until we get announcements from the Pokemon Company that there's going to be another reprint of Chilling Reign, or that there's going to be a 4th run of Battle Styles, or that there's going to be a 80th run of Vivid Voltage, because we've had so many of those, right now a lot of LGSs have to assume that this product is out of print, and it's very difficult for them to understand pricing when it comes to a product that's out of print. You had all of these items, and these were items that were just at the distributor warehouse. This wasn't items that were at Pokemon Warehouse. When they ran out of Evolutions booster boxes and Burning Shadows booster boxes and Sword and Shield base booster boxes, they could just call the Pokemon Company International and say, hey, in your main warehouse, we need to order 500 more cases of evolutions, and the Pokemon warehouse would be able to send those over. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because the Pokemon warehouse, who knows how much product is there? Who knows what they're letting go of? A lot of people think that they're kind of holding a lot of product for retail stores, for marketing companies to stock those retail stores to get more in the hands of collectors. So that's why it's a very difficult balancing act, which we'll talk about in the end here. The next thing I want to talk to you about is excess product. And when I say excess product, I'm talking about product that doesn't sell. So these are snipping tool snips, or snips, that whatever you want to call it, image snips that I snipped just off of invoices. These are items that we had to purchase in order to hit our allocation numbers. So when we're talking about Evolving Skies, which is a super popular set, all the celebrations items that we get, we want as many products as we possibly can and the most amount of allocations as we possibly can. You can talk to your LGS. They're going to say the same thing. I've watched tons of different YouTubers, people who are on the Pokemon YouTube stratosphere, that talk about, yeah, I wish I had more of an allocation for this. The only way you get higher allocations is if you take whatever is going to be given to you. This was not always the case. If you didn't sell battle decks in your store, you didn't have to order them. A year ago, that was never an issue. You didn't have to take any battle decks if you didn't sell them. Now, if you want to get the amount of booster boxes you want to get, if you want to get the amount of elite trainer boxes you're hoping for, if you want to get anywhere close to the maximum amount you think you're going to get, you have to take every allocation that is going to be given to you. So when you talk about these V-Striker tins, the first run that we had on these, we got 80 cases of them, which is $7,500. The second run, which just shipped not too long ago, so a week, 2 weeks ago, 64 more cases. That's $6,000. That right there is over $13,000 worth of V-Striker tins. Those don't sell well. If you look at the pack contents inside those tins for $25, there's not a whole lot of people who are running out saying, hey, I want to get more battle styles and Sword and Shield base, and I think it's a Guardians Rising, and maybe I don't even remember, Darkness Ablaze maybe? It's just not a lot of packs that people want. So, and then the promo on the outside, Tyranitar or Empoleon, very cool Pokemon, but a lot of people aren't willing to spend $25 on these V-Striker tins, so they kind of just sit. Then you look at battle decks. Battle decks are just something that aren't overly popular with a lot of people. A lot of people like to get maybe one of each for their collection, one of each for their sealed collection, but they're not busting these open and playing with them and collecting all the cards inside, because a lot of times they're finding all these cards when they're opening up booster boxes anyways. So when you're talking about Victini versus Gardevoir, there was 132 of these that we had to get. The battle decks display, there was 24 cases of those that we had to get. The Inteleon battle decks, 420 that we had to get. That's $7,800. The Trainer's Toolkits that just came out not too long ago with the Crobat V, there's so many Crobat Vs out there already. This was just not an overly popular product. So we had to get 414 of those. That's $7,700. Then when you're talking about the Calyrex boxes, the Shadow Rider, the Ice Rider, those are great Pokemon for a competitive play. But the singles themselves are pretty much bulk Vs anyways, because they're not overly played. And without competitive play going on right now, there's not a lot of people who are running out trying to get these boxes and find the boxes. And again, pack selection inside leaves a little bit to be desired. So 450 of these, that's a lot that you kind of have to just sit on, hoping that eventually it sells. A lot of companies will try bundling things like, hey, you want to buy this Celebrations Elite Trainer box for $50? Okay, then you also have to buy a case of these Calyrex boxes at $20 a piece. That's not something that we've done, but I've seen a lot of other LGSs do it in order to keep things at MSRP, so I can understand where they're coming from. I put dead products here. Adding all this together, just over the past few months, you're looking at almost $40,000 in product that just kind of sits and doesn't sell, which is absolutely crazy. The other thing that's very, very difficult for store owners, and something that you go through on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, is you do not have anything locked in as far as pricing goes. Just like with collectors. So collectors get frustrated, they get upset, they go out there, they say, hey, I want to buy this Celebrations Elite Trainer box at $50, why are you selling it at $90? But they don't understand everything that's going on in the background, or they don't necessarily believe everything that's going on in the background. Darkness Ablaze marked the first set that we were ever getting booster boxes at $76. Again, this is something that maybe a lot of store owners don't think that they necessarily want to share with their customers, and I totally understand the idea behind why not, why sharing it, why they shouldn't share it, because you don't want to give out profit margins or anything like that. Unfortunately, profit margins aren't the same as what they used to be, especially right now. So I don't have a problem sharing it. I think it's important information for everybody to know, so that way we can kind of hopefully come to a better understanding and maybe cut the LGSs some slack. Maybe you go in there and be like, hey, I understand where you're coming from a little bit more. I don't necessarily like it, but I get where you're coming from. Darkness Ablaze, $143.64 is the MSRP for a Darkness Ablaze booster box. This is the first time that we were ever getting whatever we wanted at $76 a booster box. It was a very good price for us. It was the lowest we've ever been given, and we were able to order 1,500. That's a huge amount. It's a gigantic amount. More than we've ever ordered before. This is when Pokemon really just kind of started blowing up, and Darkness Ablaze was the last product that you could kind of order product up until release, and then a little bit after release. After that, Vivid Voltage was a little bit short. This is when Logan Paul effect came on and everybody started getting into Pokemon like crazy. Things started to go south really fast. So we were able to get product at $76 for a booster box, $23 for an Elite Trainer box. Now, $76 for a booster box at the time, market price for a lot of booster boxes was right around $100. So it's not like your profit margin is going to be anything substantial. But $76 was the best price that we were given at the time. Now let's fast forward to this past weekend. Fusion Strike. I want to go over this because I think it's important for you guys to understand. Fusion Strike, here we are a year later. Fusion Strike, this is what we got. We got 810 booster boxes, $86.50. We're up $10.50 per price. If you're looking at $86.50, if you're looking at 10.5 times 810, you're looking at an extra $8,505 compared to where it used to be. 8,000. And then if you look at Fusion Strike Elite Trainer boxes, that only went up a couple bucks. That's not that big of a deal. But look at this. This isn't just Fusion Strike. Battle Styles, a set that's selling right now for about $90. This was something that we ordered on September 1st. Chilling Rain, we ordered on September 1st. $86.50, $86.50. A lot of times your LGSs are going through price increases as well. And that's a very, very frustrating thing for them because they don't want to go out of the way and tell their customers, hey, we're paying more for booster box. What are we going to do with that? How are we going to sell at MSRP? How are we going to sell a Celebrations ETB for $50 when we're paying $35, $40 for it? We're not getting our margins. And a lot of times LGSs take that too far and they lie and they go way too far with it and they say, hey, we're getting charged $75, $80 for these. We need to make money somehow, so we're selling it for $90. I don't think that's ever the case, but I have seen a lot of distributors selling products for MSRP, selling products for $50. And it's tough for an LGS because they're kind of faced with golden handcuffs right there because they have a product that they know is going to sell, but they can't sell it for what it's worth to them because a lot of customers are going to lose their mind over it. So it's a very difficult thing, and that's where we're going to get into the balancing act. The other thing that I want to talk about is shipping rates have gone up tremendously when you're shopping online. Something to remember is a lot of places offer free shipping. We offer free shipping when it hits $100 or more. With rates continuing to go up, it's very difficult for companies to continue to offer free shipping when they're going up in pricing. UPS going up 6% is just part of the program that's going up. FedEx is going up, USPS has went up. Like, these are all products, these are all companies that are raising the price for their services, which makes things very difficult for store owners to kind of balance. And we're in an age now where a lot of store owners can't just sell out of their brick and mortar. They have to have an online presence of some sort, or otherwise they're not going to survive. So they open up TCG Player stores, they open up eBay stores, I can't even talk. They open up their own website, whatever the case may be, to try and find more attractive fees, try and find a bigger customer base, and they're hitting all these points. Where they're paying more for shipping, which is lowering their margins down. We've talked so many times about the different ways that you can kind of expand your margins, and there's two ways to do it. You can either decrease expenses or you can increase your price. Those are the only two ways. One of the easiest ways is going to be decrease expenses. It's very hard to do when your expenses are growing out of your control and there's nothing you can do about it. The last tab I want to talk to you about is the balancing act. And again, this is not all the things that is tough and difficult for store owners to deal with. I mean, there's freight issues, there's shipping issues, there's a lot of delays, there's product delays, there's damaged goods, there's lack of inventory from a single standpoint. There's a lot of different areas that make it tough to be a business owner when it comes to running an LGS. Don't get me wrong, but these are kind of the main points that I think are kind of always being thrown around in the Pokemon community. I've seen so many different comments on a lot of different channels kind of saying, hey, my scalper LGS. And I'm not going to sit here and defend your LGS because I do think that LGSs should try and owe it to their customers to keep things as close to MSRP as possible while still hitting their margins. But this is kind of the point that I really want to get into for people. So Celebrations ETBs, we got 600 of them for our first wave. We sold them at $54.99. We limited it to 2 per person, which means that we're selling each order for about $110. Why did we do $54.99 instead of $50? Because we have free shipping that kind of kicks in at $100. So we averaged shipping to be about $10, and we said, okay, it's going to be free shipping, but with shipping going up, and our price is going up because our wholesale price for these went up a few dollars compared to what they were for Champion's Path, for Shining Fates. So we were paying more. We're going to go $55 because our costs are increasing. And it seemed the community was okay with that. So $55, knowing that that would kick in free shipping, which would hit $110. We had 300 orders. That leaves... All right, that's $109.98. So we're going to break this down for you guys. A subtotal is $32,994. We're going to take $3,000 and subtract that for shipping costs. That's averaging each order about $10. It's going to be a little bit higher than that, but $10 just seems like a nice round number. And then we're going to look at fees. This isn't going to be accurate either. It's going to be a little bit higher than this, but we're going 3% for credit card fees or PayPal fees or whatever you want to call it, which is going to be about $1,000. And then we're going to talk cost of products. So $35 a piece for these Elite Trainer boxes. 600 of them equal $21,000. That means your profit for this is $8,004. Not too bad considering the fact that those Celebrations Elite Trainer boxes are going to sell out within a weekend. Like those are going to sell out super quick. $8,000 is pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that Pokemon has been terrible over the past year, because for a lot of LGSs, it's been good. Like Pokemon has been very, very good. But this is also something that is going to cause a lot of issues for people. And it's something that you need to be aware of, and something that we all need to kind of really reality check each other on, because this is a very difficult thing to do. So the market price at the time of us selling them was about $90. A lot of places were higher than this, but $90 Celebrations Elite Trainer boxes were selling. They were selling at $90 a piece, pretty much without a problem. So if we sold ours at $90, and limited them to 2 per person, much like we did when we sold them at $55, you're looking at 300 orders. Your total is $179.98. Then you look at a subtotal of $53,994. You take out shipping, which isn't going to change. It's going to stay the same, $3,000. Then you take out fees, which is going to go up because your subtotal is higher. So you're looking at $1,619.82. And then you look at your cost of product, which is also going to be the same, which is $21,000. Look at your total profit number there. Same amount of work, nothing has changed, but you get an extra $20,370 for just selling at market rather than selling at close to MSRP, or basically MSRP plus shipping. An extra $20,000 is a lot of money for people to kind of just give up. So I do understand completely the frustration you have with LGSs. I understand completely the thought process of being greedy, and we're kind of at a point, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, where this might actually hurt a lot of LGSs for going this route and for doing this, because that extra $20,000 is a little bit greedy, and I get that. That's a lot of money to kind of throw away. And you need to think of it, if your boss came up to you tomorrow and said, hey, Timmy, guess what? We're selling product here. We're selling phones. They're flying off the shelf. I'm going to give you an extra $20,000 this weekend. You don't have to do anything more than what you've already done. I'm just going to give you a $20,000 bonus. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell these phones I'm going to sell for an extra $30 a piece, because people will buy them. I'm going to sell them for an extra $40 a piece because people are going to buy them. And then you may have to deal with customers coming in and being like, why is this an extra $40? Why are you charging us more? This is ridiculous. But for an extra $20,000 in your pocket, are you going to put up with it? And that's what makes it very tough. That's why this is a balancing act. If you can actually look in it's easy to sit there behind a keyboard and say, yeah, I would definitely open up a business and sell at MSRP. But the fact is, very, very few stores sell close to MSRP in this market. And it's frustrating. And I understand. And I think I've talked to you guys about it so many times about how difficult it is, because I do understand where you're coming from, and that is why we keep things as close to MSRP. We have always preached we want to hit our margins. We're not looking to get rich. We're not looking for a lot of extra money. We're playing the long game. We want customers. We want customers forever. We're not trying to take extra money out of their pockets, but an extra $20,000 is extremely difficult for the average person to turn down, for anybody to turn down. I have been called dumb. I have been called an idiot, and you know what? I am. I'm throwing away $20,000. I get that that's stupid. I get that a lot of people won't do that, and I should go out there and make my money while I have a chance to make my money. But that's not what this is about for me, and that's not what I'm interested in, and that's not what Papa's interested in, and that's not what we are trying to accomplish as a business. But it's very difficult for everybody else to get that idea, to understand that. And if you can look and type honestly and say in the comment that you definitely would do the same, I applaud you. And I think that's great, and I think that's super commendable and great for you. But honestly, how many percentage of people do you think are actually being forthright and honest when they say that? It's very difficult to understand. It's very difficult to judge people. But at the same time, it's $20,000 that you're kind of just throwing away. When we're looking at booster boxes now, when we're buying them at $76, you're talking about $2.28. So this is what we're buying Darkness Ablaze at for. Your break-even price, I thought this would be important, $88. So I've talked before about, $85, $90 is kind of your break-even price. This is as close as you're going to get to a break-even price if you're buying wholesale at $76. Now that we're paying $86.50, so a Battle Styles booster box that we're paying $86.50 for, and this isn't just us. This is a lot of LGSs who are going through price increases as well. You talk about $2.60 in fees, $10 in shipping, your break-even is $99.10. But Danny, a lot of places on TCG Player right now are selling Chilling Reign. They're selling Battle Styles for under $100. How are they making any money? They're not. They are not making money. They are losing money. However, here's what we need to understand, and this is why I'm concerned, and this is why it's very difficult for LGSs to stay in business. They got hit with Evolving Skies, Wave 2, Chilling Reign, Wave 2, Battle Styles, Wave 3, and Fusion Strike, Wave 1, all at the same time, as well as a bunch of different Celebrations products that all came at the same time. Those invoices that they are facing will wreck a lot of companies. If they do not sell and dump their product at $85, $90, at whatever the market price is, if they don't sell all these products right away, they're struggling to pay that invoice. And that's the sad thing that we're facing right now. That's what's difficult when Pokemon dumps all this product at the same time. And you're looking at 100 Battle Styles boxes, 100 Chilling Reign boxes, 100 Evolving Skies boxes, 200 Fusion Strike boxes, plus your Celebrations ETBs Wave 2, plus your Ultra Premium Collection Wave 2, plus all of your other Celebrations products that are coming out for Wave 2, plus Fusion Strike ETBs, Evolving Skies ETBs, all these additional products that are coming out. Those are huge invoices for a lot of companies to be facing. So they have to dump these products as fast as they can so they can get that cash to pay their invoices. And that's what makes things difficult. So if Pokemon is stocking up all these retail stores hardcore with product and making sure, like if you go into Target right now, a lot of places are still struggling, but for the most part, a lot of places are doing really well. A lot of Targets, a lot of Walmarts are fairly well stocked. And you go in there and you see, I'm just going to shop at big box stores. I'm not supporting my LGS anymore. All those products that are selling at Walmarts and Targets that are selling still are not selling at your LGS because of the choices that they made. And that's a very difficult thing for a lot of LGSs to get through. And that's why this balancing act can literally keep up so many LGS owners at night, so many different store owners. This is a very fun business, but there is a lot that people don't think about and a lot that goes on behind the scene and a lot that will wreck your mind completely, keep you up at night. It is going to be very difficult. This isn't a doom and gloom video. This is just an understanding of everything that's going on. This is a very difficult thing for a lot of LGSs to deal with, and they have these giant invoices that they have to pay, and they've kind of ruined a lot of relationships because they were selling 2-3 times MSRP. And now it's kind of up to you. I mean, the world is yours now when it comes to a collector because you have products that are available in store. You don't have to go to your LGS. You don't have to pay these ridiculous market prices that they were offering. Now you can go in there and you can be like, oh, you're selling Fusion Strike for $3.50 for a sleeve booster? I'm going to go pay $4.18 at Walmart because you didn't charge me the right price earlier. It's a very difficult thing for a lot of customers, a lot of collectors kind of decide now too. But now everything's kind of in your hand. You have the market and you get to decide how it's going to go or what's going to happen with it. And a lot of LGSs could suffer the consequences because of it. However, I also think it's very important that everybody understands both ends of the coin, everything that goes on behind the scenes. And I have talked before about a lot of great things that go along with opening up a Pokemon card business and running a Pokemon card business. But rarely have I talked about the stressful things. And if you're somebody who's never opened up a business before, never ran a business, you don't have any experience running balance sheets, looking at credits and debits, looking at accounting things, going over expenses, weighing all of your profit margins, trying to understand all of that stuff, looking over spreadsheets and data and all that. That's why this is not something that you should just jump into because of a fad that's going on. This is something that you really want to have a passion for, a drive for, because this kind of stuff will make or break you really fast. If you have questions, please feel free to drop them down below. I'm more than happy to try and answer as many questions as I can. You can hit me up on Instagram. My name is Danny.Phantom. Same name as what you see on YouTube here, except there's a period in between the Danny and the Phantom. I want all LGSs to be successful. I want collectors to be successful. I think that there's a perfect median that we can all just meet. And it's very difficult to find right now because there is so much going on in the market, and there has been for a year. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me talk for almost half an hour. That's absolutely crazy. I don't even know how I talk that long. It's probably just nonsense and blah, blah, blah. But thank you so much. Please leave a comment down below and a like. That goes a long way for the algorithm. But most importantly, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Hit it. We'll talk about this again in more depth, or we'll talk about more items if you guys want to hear about them. This is a lot of information, and I understand that. So hopefully I didn't lose anybody. But thank you so much for your time. Until next time, peace.